Thank you, Chairman. And I would like to thank the committee staff for working with us to get these bills marked up. H.R. 8338, the Clarity in Lending Act, is a package that includes 4 bills. My bill, H.R. 3856, the Small Dollar Loan Certainty Act, and the FI Chairman Barr's H.R. 6789, Vice Chair Hill's H.R. 1806, and National Security Chairman Luckmeyer's H.R. 1810. I thank each of my colleagues for their leadership on these bills. Together, these bills aim to provide certainty to the credit market for small businesses and families. My bill, H.R. 8338, follows interagency guidance for responsible small dollar loans issued back in May 2020. In the guidance, financial regulators recognize the role small dollar loans can play in helping borrowers meet their needs due to an emergency. The goal of H.R. 8338 is to codify the joint guidance issued back in 2020 to ensure a more predictable small dollar lending policy that is not subject to the political whims of the day or regulatory uncertainty. We know that millions of Americans are in financial and economic distress. Last year, a 2023 Federal Reserve report on economic well-being of U.S. households found that fewer than 2 in 3 Americans could cover a $400 emergency with cash. So, H.R. 8338 aims to expand credit for those individuals, sole proprietors for small businesses, and families while protecting their consumer rights. For instance, in order for a small dollar credit product to qualify for the safe harbor, the repayment term has to be more than 45 days. Rollovers into new small dollar credit products are prohibited, and financial institutions may not issue a product if the consumer has an existing one with another financial institution. Additionally, if the financial institution decides to provide a small dollar credit product under the safe harbor, the product must not have a balloon payments. It also prohibits penalties and overdraft or non-sufficient funds fees in connection with the product. Finally, an important component of the guardrails under this safe harbor limits the amount of the loan to $3,500 or less. I would also like to emphasize that the safe harbor does nothing to prevent financial regulators from issuing an injunction or a court order if a financial institution is found to be violating consumer protections. Additionally, the financial regulator can demand restitution from the financial institution to the consumer if there is economic wrongdoing. H.R. 8338 also aims to help consumers who may be underbanked or credit invisible to build their credit. The CFPB estimates that roughly 26 million Americans are credit invisible. That's about 11% of the adult population. So, we have to think about creative ways to incentivize the credit market to deploy financial products that can help the millions of credit invisibles and afford them the opportunity to be seen and to be empowered. I also want to make clear that nothing in H.R. 8338 may be interpreted to prohibit a covered entity under the bill from offering a small dollar product that does not comply with the safe harbor. Other small dollar consumer loan products by state-regulated finance companies and non-bank institutions have an important role to play in the credit market and are often complementary to those offered by depository institutions. As an immigrant and small business owner myself, I know how difficult it is to get access to capital and credit. My community often had to raise funds from our neighbors and friends because as an immigrant, we had no way of showing a credit history and the ability to repay a loan. With H.R. 8338, we do right by those immigrant and underrepresented communities who may have a little to no access to credit. So I urge my colleagues to support the overall package to provide regulatory certainty and enhance options for consumers. I yield back the balance of my time, Chairman. Thank you.